Hello, 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 everybody. How are you doing? Hi. Hi, Ann. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land as well as Facebook land. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. And I also want to send a shout out to everybody that will be watching the replay. Thank you for watching and thank you for your support. I do appreciate it. My name is Shirley, and this is Shirley's Wind Down Tuesday, and my channel is Shirley's Threadwork. So I thank everybody that has been supporting me and that continues to support me. I am so thankful. Hi, Robin. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Do appreciate it. And I saw you pop in early, so you're getting a good early start on everything tonight. How you doing, you and Robin? Hi, Claudette Hall. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. I remember you from last week, so I'm glad that you returned. Thank you. Oh boy, I have to tell you, I got a few things to talk about tonight. One of them I need to show you um, a little boo boo that I made. And just anyway, I'll get to that part and tell you guys about it. Something that I think is important to share with everybody because I'm sure most of us have experienced this before, and it's just a reminder of things that we should be doing. Sorry, I'm bumping my table here. Hi Becky. Hi Danielle. How you doing? You're trying to straighten up. Girl, yeah, I know. But I'm glad you're stopping by. Appreciate it. It's always good to see people come in for the chat. And you said you do need to learn how to do some digital. Me too. I really, really, really do. I've been saying this for a while, but I have yet to put forth the effort that is needed to do it. And every time I see other people involved in digitizing and everything, it puts the bug in me to want to at least try to learn how to do some digitizing. So I think that's something that I'm going to have to break down and do. Um, Hi Jerry, how you doing? Jerry from Montana, where it's very cold right now. Well, it is not as cold as it has been here in Maryland, but it definitely is still cold to me because I'm one of these warm-blooded people. I don't do well in the winter. Winter is not my time of the year. I am I hibernate like a bear during the winter. I only go out when I have to go out because I'm telling you, I don't like the. As you can see, I'm sitting up here in a hoodie in my house so I can be warm because I get cold. I stay cold. So when the cold weather is out there, I am pretty much miserable. Hi Val and hi Jenny. How you doing? Jenny, you're not late. We just started. It's just 8:04. So you're not late at all. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. So I am going to be talking tonight a little bit about digitizing and software and stuff like that. And I know I did talk about it not that very long ago, but there were some things that popped up that made me think about maybe bringing this subject back up. And Daniel, you and Becky are having a conversation. You are talking about you sold your name on the ladybug. Oh, are you using your new machine, your new baby? Did you sew on that new machine? Yeah, I see Becky asked you, so I guess you did. Well, good. We'll get a chance to see you work on that tomorrow night, hopefully. I don't know, but hopefully we will. Hi, Carol. How are you? You said it is, oh my goodness, a minus 12 wind chill in Helena, Montana. Uh, wow. You know the what the thing is, the groundhog. I understand the groundhog saw his shadow, didn't see his shadow, whatever it is, it's supposed to be 6 more weeks of winter, is what I heard. So that's not good news. So we're all the way up into March with the cold weather. Hopefully, it will not be as cold as it has been, but it looks like we're going to get at least 6 more weeks of winter according to the groundhog. if you follow that. And like I said, I can't remember, is it he saw his shadow or he didn't see his shadow? But whichever one it is, apparently it is predicted that we're going to have at least 6 more weeks of winter. That does not make me happy. But what can I say? Nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. Now, let me tell you about a few things that I found out this week that I want to share with you guys. I was watching some YouTube videos for the past few days and ran across information that I was not aware of. The one thing that I found out today, and apparently it has been out of the bag for a while, but I didn't know, Dime, Design and Machine Embroidery, Dime, and OESD, it has merged. As of January 31st, 2024, Dime was actually purchased by OESD. So they have merged into one company. Um, Eileen Roche made an announcement publicly today on the regular Tuesday sewing thing that they decide that they do every Tuesday. And so she made that announcement today. According to Eileen, which is the founder, one of the founders, she and another guy founded Dime 27 years ago. She said back in '98, I think she said it was. Um, Made the announcement, and she stated that they're, getting up in age and everything. It wasn't a matter of a hostile takeover or anything like that. It was very amicable, and they're working together. But they decided to go ahead and sell because they figured that OESD and Dime have a like mind in strategies and business development and teaching and everything, and that it would be a good fit. Nothing is changing. She said the name will not change, the products will not change, even the staff. She said it's about 35 of them on staff in Texas, I believe that's where they're headquartered. And she said, I think they have a place in North Carolina or South Carolina as well. And OESD is in Oklahoma because the O is for Oklahoma. I think it's Oklahoma Sewing and Embroidery Design is what OESD stands for. Oklahoma Sewing and Embroidery Designs. I might be wrong, but I think that's what it is. But anyway, she said it would be more versus less. But that was the big announcement that she made today on her channel that Dime as and OESD will be merging or have merged because she said it was as of the 31st of January. So that's just a few days ago. Okay. Hi, Pearl. How are you? Hi. Oh, wait a minute, Becky. Did you say it was 86 degrees yesterday in Texas? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And Becky, you said it was 86 degrees and it's 47 today. Oh my word. That's pneumonia weather right there. You hot one day and freezing the next. That's not cool. But anyway, wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Well, we haven't had a major weather shift like that here, and I hope we don't because that would really just kind of get me not happy. Jenny, you said that was a big news from Eileen. Did anyone else see that today besides me? I saw that there was going to be a big announcement or something popped up on my feed on my phone, so I decided to pop in. I don't think I caught the live, but I did pop in and saw what was being said because I was curious when she said big announcement, big change. I was like, okay, what's going on? And uh, and so the other thing that is very important to know And I don't know how many of you guys besides myself have Dime software. I know many of us have Dime hoops. I don't have any of Dime hoops. They're magnetic hoops or anything, but I do have several of their software. And she said that nothing is going to change in regards to the software, the free updates, the technical support, and all of those things. And they probably will be still have adding um, updates and what have you to the software. So those of us that own software uh, from Dime should not be concerned about anything as far as their software is concerned. And yes, Robin, I started off with Dime's free tool shed just out of curiosity because it was free. And I kind of got roped into um, buying some of the software. So I think I have at least three different modules from them, two, three or four. Not 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 the whole thing, that's for sure. But I know I have at least three or four of their modules that I bought from them. And they're good software, but they're not as intuitive as Embrilliance is. So it kind of frustrates me a little bit to use it, but I do own them. And Pearl, you said you saw that this morning. Yeah, it was earlier in the day that I saw that as well. And Jenny, you said you only have one of the dime hoop, but have been collecting all of the exquisite threads, and you hope OESD continues to have them. Well, okay. She did mention about the thread as well. She said they still will be having the exquisite thread as well as their metallic thread, King Star metallic thread. So, and as far as you hope OESD continues to have them, if if everything holds true according to what she says, they're not disappearing. They still will be dying, but dying will be owned by OESD. It won't be two separate companies. OESD owns Dime, but according to Eileen, there's still going to be a Dime and it's still going to be an OESD. So apparently, according to Eileen, nothing is changing. If anybody heard or interpreted that differently, please let me know in case I misunderstood what I heard. But if I'm not mistaken, that is the information that she was putting out there, that nothing is changing as far as any interaction with Dime or their products. Now, I use embroidery designs quite a bit. I go onto their website and I buy designs from them. That's part of Dime as well. And they also do digitizing, and they branched off into selling patterns, even embroidery machines and various items over and above what they had, their hoops and threads and what have you, and designs. So they're big out there. Now I have interfaced with OESD a little bit. Think I know I've watched some of their tutorials, and I'm wanting to say that I have bought maybe some stabilizer. I think I bought some stabilizers from them. And I was looking at the presentation today, and I was looking at the back wall behind Eileen, and I noticed that the stabilizer that was behind her looks very similar to what I had gotten from OESD. So it looks like they were having some com- combination of products in the past anyway. And Val, you say you have some software and a couple of magnetic hoops for your single machine from Dime. Yeah. So I think it's a big deal. It definitely is something to be aware of just in case things do change. And also, if you do interface with either Dime or OESD and you see one or the other name involved in there some kind of way, then you will be aware of the fact that Dime and OESD are now actually one big company with just two separate names because of continuity, I'm assuming. So I just want to put that out there in case people weren't aware of that. That is the news that I got today. Or I didn't get the news today. That's what I learned today. Eileen put it out there today. The other thing that I saw last night, which I was not aware of, but I'm assuming this is nothing new. But I have been dabbling a little bit in quilting. So with that being said, of course, I've been watching more quilting tutorials and what have you on YouTube as well. And I ran across this one last night with Riley Blake Designs, Riley, Riley, Riley Blake Designs, which I was very much aware of their fabric. But this one is Riley Blake Design Embroidery. And I was watching that, and if anybody's interested in that video or that information, then you just go on the website RileyBlakeDesign.com, and you can get all the information you want about their embroidery product that they have. And she had this absolutely gorgeous quilt that was done. They are selling um, embroidery designs to make quilts. It reminds me a lot of Kimberbell. It's not inexpensive. They're um, USB. You have to buy their USB with all of the information is on the USB. You can't download it or anything like that. This is a physical product that you have to buy either directly from RileyBlakeDesigns.com or from your local quilt shop, is what they said. And it comes in a plastic container like a CD um, case. And it's a flash drive in there with all of their designs and their embroidery designs to make quilt blocks to form your quilt. And like I said, it reminds me a lot of Kimberbell because they have the blocks and they have beautiful applique um, pictures like houses and trees and flowers and what have you. Not pictures, but designs with the beautiful stitching and their stitchings that go over their appliques. They don't call them satin stitches or bean stitch. They call them cover stitch. And the reason they call them cover stitch is because the way they're digitized, they have different intricate designs that cover up the raw edges of the appliques. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. I watched that. Then, of course, I Googled it, went online to find out how much this stuff costs. And the one that I saw that was so intriguing to me, the USB was $86, I believe it was. It has all of the PFD information all of the instructions that you need that is in a PDF form. And I mean, tons and tons and tons. They're just as bad as designed by Juju. They got pages and pages and pages and pages of instructions and pictures and the fabric that go with it and how much fabric to cut and so forth and so on. So it would be really hard to make a mistake uh, if you follow everything. But like I said, the one particular design that I was interested in, or the quilt that I was interested in, was priced at $86 just to get the USB port with all of the information on it, and then you purchase your fabric. Now they do recommend, of course, the Riley Blake fabric, but they also have it set up where you can use their design, but you can use different fabric as well, which is good. So you're not stuck with only their fabric. But I just thought that that was interesting if anybody's interested in that kind of stuff. Because, like I said, I have done at least one Kimberbell project. Oh, I got a big pillow, beautiful, and I have another Kimberbell project that I'm going to do one day. That is also another bench pillow, and the set itself was not inexpensive. But the biggest difference that I noticed with this particular project was they did not include any fabric. Now, the one that I bought from Kimberbell was a kit, and it had your digital design on a CD with the instructions and everything. and they had the fabric that you needed to make the little cutouts with it, but it wasn't a quilt. So I can understand why Riley Blake doesn't have all of the fabric in there because you're making a quilt. They did have some for wall hangings and what have you. But just want to pass that information on. I'm about to back up because I'm keep bumping my table. But want to pass that information on to you guys just in case. If you're interested in looking up Raleigh Blake Design.com and check out their embroidery designs that they have to make their quilts. And apparently this is a new venture for them. It's not something that they have done because I know they're known very well known for their fabric, which is absolutely gorgeous. But they're moving into the realm of embroidery. And again, it's very much on the same uh, trajectory of um, of Kimberbell. If you've done any Kimberbell designs or anything. And Robin, you say you're going to check that out. Yeah, check it out because I know it's interesting to see now whether or not you, me, or anybody else will get involved in it. I really would like to because I'll be honest about it. That doggone quilt, the quilts that they were making were absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I don't think it's something that I would dabble into right now because my skill level isn't there, and I'm not going to be able to cut that stuff out with an action quilt. But anyway, it's really, 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 really cute. And those of you that are quilters and you do very well with quilting, it would not be. I would venture to tell you to check it out. You know, you might want to get involved, you might not. But again, it is pricey. In my opinion, it's pretty pricey. Hi, Deborah. How you doing? Welcome back. Hope you had a wonderful trip. Enjoyed visiting with family, I'm sure. Um, yeah, Danielle, we are all very happy that you have actually started using your machine. So I'm glad to hear that. So the next thing that I wanted to bring up is related to the topic tonight. So I made my little notes here. I got Dime on there. I got Riley Blake on here. So the next one is John Deere. We all know who John Deere is. And I remember, I believe it was back in November or so when I talked a little bit about digitizing software and I talked about John Deere because he had um, he was introducing a new digitizing software. And he made the announcement, I believe it was today, that the official launch of his new embroidery software, where everybody can buy it when they want to buy it, will be March the 14th. So the launch of his new digitizing software, which I think is Embroidery Legacy Digitizing Software, I think is the name of it. And back when he first made the announcement several months ago, he indicated that it would be around $1,300. That will be available for purchase, if I understood it correctly, beginning March the 14th. So I wanted to make that announcement because, like I said, it ties right into the topic for tonight. Because what I did, I decided that I would look up some of the popular software and tell you a little bit about them. Because the more I see people doing really cute projects online, it looks like they do have a little digitizing background because they're able to create their own designs. And I have yet uh, ventured to do that. I've been totally dependent upon buying designs that are already created and then stitching them. Now, I may have um, put together some basic, simple something where I put some fonts with a motif of some kind and combined it and made one design out of it. Of course, I've done stuff like that, but I've never done anything very intricate or, kind of create from scratch or anything like that. I haven't done any what I would consider true digitizing. I've done design editing, which you can do very well with um, and brilliance, especially since I have enthusiasm and essential. I don't have their digitizing program, but I do have some digitizing software, which I should be a pro with what I have, but I just haven't. I haven't done anything with it. So, hi Joyce and hi Leslie. Thank you for stopping in. So, what I did, I looked at a list and um, there nothing new has popped out as far as software is concerned. The newest software is the one that I'm aware of will be John Deere software, which will be embroidery legacy digitizing software. But I just want to remind you of what I know is out there available and just kind of give you a little of what the cost is for these software. And then I'll talk a little bit about one that I'm kind of interested in. Now, the first one is Wilcom. And I have to tell you, I've always called it Wilcom Hatch is what I have, but I realize that is incorrect because Wilcom is a software alone and Hatch is a software alone. Although Hatch is affiliated with Wilcom. So I wanted to correct that. I don't have Wilcom Hatch. I have Hatch software because Wilcom Embroidery Studio is a big, robust commercial digitizing software that I would think professional digitizers use um, com- for commercial use, like they would use the Pulse Tajima software. And that costs right around $4,500. So I can imagine and appreciate the reason why that particular software um, I don't have. So I'm trying to let me see if I can find my pages. Um, Went through this stuff. Okay, here we go. There we are. Okay. Wilcom Embroidery Studio E4 is a professional grade software revered for its advanced features and precision. It's ideal for commercial embroiderers seeking ultimate control over design, and the estimated cost is around $4,500. Hi, SK. How you doing? Uh, you're shopping for software. Listen to what I have to say tonight, and then hopefully you'll get some information. And hi, next to you, LLC. That's my son. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Um, the next one on here I just mentioned is Pulse Tajima DG16 by Pulse. It offers comprehensive tools with a focus on efficiency and quality, perfect for high volume production and intricate designs. And its estimated cost is around $3,500. So it's about $1,000 cheaper than Wilcom. Um, but let me mention also as a sideline or a caveat, John Deere's new software uh, was he was helped to develop that particular software by with conjunction with Pulse Tajima. So they have a partnership. It seems like this is what he mentioned that Pulse, with the assistance of Pulse, the two entities got together and created the new software that John Deere is promoting. So I would imagine that it has the robustness of the Tajima software, which, as we pretty much know, Tajima is standard in embroidery machine. That particular brand is the gold standard from what I understand. And John Deere's new software is, I won't say copied, but maybe using some of its elements or some of its the way that you use a Tajima would be the way that you would use the new software, as well as if you've done anything with his design doodle that came out about a year or so ago. The new software that he has falls in line with that design doodle a lot, according to that demo that we saw a few months ago. And I know Robin, you was on that webinar as well. We talked about it, so hopefully you are in agreement with me. If not, let me know if I missed something. But I think the Design Doodle and Tajima Pulse are all kind of integrated into the new software that John Deere is coming out with next month. The next one I have on here is the software that I own, which is Hatch Embroidery, digitizing software, and it is crafted by the maker of Wilcom, as I said, and it's user friendly yet powerful, suitable for both beginners and seasoned digitizing, allowing for seamless creation of intricate artware. And it is estimated around 1,200, no, yeah, around $1,100 is what they say. Yeah, Robin, you were saying you really like what John Deere was saying about his new software. I was pretty interested in it as well. It sounded like it would be easy to use, but they all make it sound easy until you actually start doing it. Okay, the next one on my list is Drawing Pro X, and I'm not familiar with that at all. If any of you guys are familiar with that particular software, let me know, because I'm not familiar at all with Drawings Pro X. And it says it combines vector graphic design and embroidery digitizing, allowing for seamless creation of intricate artware. Not something that I am familiar with. I don't recall hearing about that, and I didn't get a chance to look it up. Number 5 is Brother PE Design 11, which I also have. So I have Hatch and I have Brother PE Design 11. While it is optimized for Brother machines, it supports various formats, offering robust digitizing and editing tools, and the estimated price is $1,000. And that's about right. And as far as it being optimized for Brother, it will talk to your Brother machine and makes it, especially the one thing that I do know that it does seamlessly, even though I've not really tried it, but I read about it, when you're doing those split hoop designs that I do with my big jumbo hoop, it is supposed to work seamlessly without flaw. Now I know when I do my split designs for my jumbo hoop in brilliance, occasionally I have issues. I have yet to take the time to learn how to do the split design in my PE design 11, but I should, because if it is created for that, hopefully I wouldn't have any issues. The only issue that may even occur is the fact that I use a mighty hoop and not the Brother hoop, because Brother does have a jumbo hoop. I have not purchased Brother's jumbo hoop. I have um, Brother's jumbo hoop that I use. So it shouldn't be an issue. But I'm going to get brave one day and figure that out and try it to see if it will alleviate some of the issues that I occasionally have with embrilliant splitting designs. But yeah, so I have Hatch and I have Brother PE. Another one is Mbird. Mbird is a modular software where you pay for the features you need, making it a flexible and cost-effective choice. And the estimated cost for the basic module is $300 and it goes up from there. And I know that there's somebody that watches me that uses Mbird, and I can't remember exactly who that is. If you're on here, let me know. But and then that person may not be on here anymore. I'm not sure, but anyway, I do know I spoke to someone that uses Mbird and was very happy with it. And it's inexpensive and allegedly is very easy to use. Now, number 7, they have Embrilliance Essential. Great for home embroiderers. It provides simplicity without sacrificing functionality, streamlining common tasks. Now, I beg to differ with this particular statement here because Embrilliance Essential is not a digitizing module. Embrilliance Essential is a design editing module, and it is their beginning one. It is not a digitizing module, so don't purchase it for digitizing because you will not be able to do real digitizing with Embrilliance Essential. You must have Embrilliance Stitch Artist 1, 2, and or 3 in order to do true digitizing. So this is not correct information. However, it is a very good embroidery design editing tool. So they're not the same. There are a lot of things that you can do with a software editing machine, editing software that will allow you to create designs like I do, the bare minimum, you can um, do curve your fonts, and it's a lot of things that you can do to make a cute design with the Embrilliance Essential and Embrilliance Enthusiast that will be allow you to create something on your own. You can merge designs, you can take designs apart and put other ones on. You can do a lot. So yeah, can I create my own design using Embrilliance Essential and Enthusiast? Yes. But can I actually do true digitizing with those two modules? No, because they're not digitizing modules. So I just wanted to clarify that. Number 8, they have Soul Art by S&S Computing. It's an affordable option that easily converts images into embroidery files suitable for hobbyists and small businesses. Now, I'm familiar with Sew What Pro and Sew Art by the same company, but I've never used either one of them, so I don't know anything about it other than the fact that the Sew Art component is supposed to be their digitizing component. Now, what all it does, I don't know how advanced or how much, what kind of features or how much digitizing you can do, I don't know. What I do know is that there was a time, and I don't know if she still does it or not, but there was a time when Eve from the Baby's Booty was a Sew What Pro representative, and if you wanted to buy the software and you watched her and everything, you could get it through her. And she did tutorials and what have you on using Sew What Pro. And she said she didn't know that much about soul art, just a little. But what I also know, she did learn a little bit about how to do some digitizing with underlays and composition and pull and what have you. So apparently there are those components that you can learn and use with the Soul Pro, Soul What Pro, and Soul Art. And they're very inexpensive. Uh, both of them, I think, cost around 65 to $75 a piece. So you're talking about very inexpensive. But again, I've never used either one of them. I'm not familiar with how they work. I do know people that have used them and they do like them, but I don't know how intricate you can get with the digitizing when it comes down to soul art. And Val, you say you use Mbird, and I'm assuming you like Mbird. And I would assume because I think we've spoken a little bit about the fact that you do some digitizing. So I guess it would be safe to say that you use a digitizing module with Mbird. Is that correct? If so, if you don't mind sharing. Um, so number 9 is Ink Stitch. Now, it is affiliated with Inkscape. It's an open source plugin for Inkscape and it's perfect for those looking for a free yet capable solution with community support. And they said the estimated price is free. Free, 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 free. I did download years ago Inkscape back when I was watching Eve all the time, Eve at the baby's booty, and I think she recommended that for creating rhinestone templates back then. Uh, I never did it. I had it, but I really never got into using it, so I don't have a clue what it does. But it was free. Well, let me correct that. They had a free version, but the more you wanted to do with it, if I'm not mistaken, it did have a cost. So be very aware when someone says something is free, what you're actually getting for free, because oftentimes it's free but limited. Just like in Brilliance, SK, you say you're using the free in Brilliance, which they do have a module that is free, but it is very limited. And it makes sense to use the free to find out if you're going to be comfortable with it. Hatch has a free version as well, very limited. So be careful. Again, it's for you to test the water to see if you're going to like this particular software or want to use, dive into digitizing or whatever the situation may be. So, yes, you can get things that say they're free, but what are you actually getting for free? Just keep that in mind. And I'm not trying to, talk anybody off the ledge like don't try this, don't try that. I'm not saying that. I really think that you should try it if you're new and don't know what you want to use. Like SK, if you don't mind me using you, you are using a free module for in Brilliance, and you're still shopping around to see what you want to spend your money on, which is the way to go instead of you know, doing like I did, shell out the money and then realize, okay, that ain't what I want or I wasn't ready for it. That's the thing. I thought I was, but I wasn't at that time. So, but I'm glad I did. I got it out the way while I was working and could afford it. So it's bought, paid for, and I have it. Don't have to worry about it now. But I probably should have done it the other way, figured out if it what I really, really wanted and needed before I bought it. They also have number 10, Sophie So. Never heard of that one either. And it is also supposed to be a free embroidery design program that's great for beginners exploring the basics of design creation. So I don't know what all you get from that either. Sound like it may be more of a software editing program. Now, Joyce, you said you use SoWord Pro and started looking at the videos that are part of the software. Okay, good. I've heard good things about SoWord Pro. I really have. I just never used it because by the time I discovered Eve and learned about SoWord Pro, I had already bought in Brilliance and was using in Brilliance. So I didn't see the need to switch because I was satisfied with Brilliance because I did start off with the free module with Brilliance way back when I first got my first machine because I had seen somebody, might even been Lisa Shaw, I'm not sure, mention Brilliance and the free module and everything, and I got it. I tried it. I was comfortable with it, and then I went forward, and I've been using it ever since. So that was how I got into Brilliance, And by the time I started watching Eve and hearing about Solar Pro, I didn't need it. I already had what I needed. So I didn't need to back up because I would have seen that as going backwards, not forward. Because uh, and Brilliance did more things, especially with the BX fonts, because I started off with the fonts where you put them in one by one by one by one. Didn't know any better, so it wasn't an issue until I got in Brilliance and got the BX font and realized you didn't have to do that. You just type out the word, keep on moving. I was done with those fonts. From that point on, I only buy BX fonts. I don't use any other fonts but BX fonts, even though I have other fonts. I need to bring them in. If I got Stitch Artists, then I can pretty much kind of convert them where I can use them like a BX font according to what I read. But I have not, you know, decided to make that investment as of yet. Um, and Becky, you say you use Solar Pro and Floriani, and you like them both. I knew you used Floriani, but I didn't know you use um, Solar Pro as well. So that's good. That's good. And I understand that Floriani is good. It wasn't on this list, but I do have it. And I'm almost certain somewhere in here I have what it costs. And maybe not. Maybe not. They didn't put Floriani in there, but I think Floriani costs around a couple of $1,000, close to it, like 1,800 or so for the Floriani digitizing program. And it's a full-fledged program, just like Hatch is, like Brother PE 11, and so forth. So Floriani is a good software as well. And Val, you say you have had Mbird for many years, and yes, you have the designer module, and you bought it when you got your old PE 150 so you could split designs. Okay, good, good, good. And Becky, you say you split a lot of designs with Soul Pro. I knew that you could split designs with Soul Pro because if I'm not mistaken, I think that's what Eve was doing at one point. And oh, which software is best for split design? That's a conversation. I use Embreeze and I split design. Um, I have PE Design 11, and I know that it known for splitting designs, especially with brother machines. And now I'm learning that you can use So What Pro to split design. So you probably, I don't know. I'm not even going to try to answer that question. What I would do if you're interested in doing it, just read up on it and look at the reviews and what have you and talk to people that have the software because we already know that Becky and Val use So What Pro and have done this design splitting. Or Val, did you do it with Ember? But anyway, I would just talk to people and just find out what they like and what they have. Like I said, I've only used Embrilliance to split designs, and I've always done it with the big hoop. I never did the split designs with my single needle machine. And I know a lot of people, that's what they use it for because most people have single needle machines and they do the split designs. And I'm pretty comfortable saying that Solar Pro, Mbird, uh, Brilliance, any of those design digitizing software probably will split a design pretty well when you're just doing the small hoops like the 4x4 or the 5x7 and you using your repositional hoops to split the design. I think any of those softwares probably will work well. When you're using the big jumbo hoop to split designs, you're talking about a different animal because there's a different process where you're flipping the hoop. You're not moving the hoop up and then attaching and going in the same direction. You're actually flipping the hoop and the design may start stitching from the bottom up to match versus keep going down or however the repositional hoop does. So I think it's a whole different process when you're using the repositional hoop where you have to split the design versus when you're using the jumbo hoop and you're have on the brother machine and you're having to flip. Now, if you have another um, multi-needle machine other than brother that has a larger stitching field where you can use a big hoop and you don't have to flip the hoop around, then that's another animal in itself. And that's probably one of the reasons why brother PE 11, 10, or 11 are saying they're, kind of focused on the brother machine because, like I said, there's a totally different process because of the limitation in size of our machine as far as how big they can go. You literally have to flip because it's only going to do half of that 14 by 14 hoop because the widest you can go is 14 and 7 and 7/8. So roughly 8 by 14. So if you have a 14 by 14, you're not going to you'll get the 14 width, but you won't get the 14 height. That's why you have to flip it, or turn it around, or however you want to call it. So that's the mechanism. I did do a demo on live. I also have several, at least two, maybe three videos on my channel showing you uh, me doing using the jumbo hoop, and it's the brother. Um, SK, you said, "Wow, so many to choose from." Oh, yes, it is. I think I will upgrade Embrillion since I'm a little familiar with it. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but yeah. Hi. Okay, so you're asking Val if Embird is easy to use, and I'm pretty sure Val said Embird is not too difficult, but I learned before internet by someone who was an instructor. They now have videos on YouTube. Okay, so you learned in person, which is good. It is good to learn in person, I think, because you can ask questions and you get hands on. And then Becky, you say SKS, use that what you are familiar with. I can with Floriani, but I'm more familiar with Software Pro. So you're better at it, I guess. Yeah. And I agree with what everybody's saying about use what you're familiar with because it's less of a learning curve. And I guess I'll go ahead and jump into that right now. I'm not buying anything right now because, like I think I told you guys before, I'm moving, so I ain't gonna want to be doing all that kind of stuff. But at some point in life, I'm seriously, and I'm thinking, it may or may not be a wise thing to do. But I am now thinking. I said I wasn't going to, but the more I think about it and look at it and read about it, I may be doing the stitch artist 1, 2, and 3. If you do 1, 2, and 3, it's like $649 for the whole bundle. 1, 2, and 3. One is like 169. 3 is 300 and some odd dollars, and then one is 169. 2 is 300 some odd dollars, and then 3 is 600 some odd dollars. But 3 comes with 1, 2, and 3. So it makes sense if you're going to do it, you do the whole shooting shebang. But nonetheless, the familiarity is what has really made me think that because looking at my brother and looking at my hatch, the icons are different. Everything is different. So you have to learn things over. That's one of the concerns that I have about using dime softwares, which I have. They're not the same icons. They don't do the same things. They're not in the same place, all of that kind of stuff. So you're learning different software. But I've been using Embrilliance for 4 years. I'm pretty comfortable with Embrilliance. I think it's a very easy software to learn. And then I really do think that adding the modules to it, it will make it intuitive to just kind of flow. But that's just my thought process. Before I dive into it, I definitely will be doing a lot more research and maybe even reaching out to Lisa Shaw just to get some more information or what have you. But if you have Embrilliance and you're comfortable with Embrilliance and you've been using it for a while, then if and when you decide to dive off into digitizing, I personally think I would just dive off into the Stitch Artist and mainly because it's less expensive, really. Because I told you about how much all these other ones cost. They're $1,000 plus, whereas you can get one, two, and three for 600 some odd dollars. So that's a significant savings, and you're getting a very robust uh, digitizing program that you can do fonts, you can do 3D puffs, you can create fonts, 3D puffs, and all those kinds of things. So it just sounds like a good idea to me. Um, Carol, you say you really like Stitch Artist. Do you have all three modules? And Danielle, you said that's what I'm thinking about also, Stitch Artist too. Well, check and see, Danielle, if you get Stitch Artist, because if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure if you get one with two. I do know if you get three, you get one and two. Uh, I have some information right here, so let me see if it says that. Because I was looking at it. Now I know level 3 includes level 1 and level 2 tools. I see that. I don't see where hmm, it's covered up. I think Stitch Artist 2 comes with 1 and 2. So I think if you buy 1, it's a standalone. If you buy 2, you get 1 and 2. And if you buy 3, you get 1, 2, and 3. I think that's how it goes. But I do know that the 1 is 160 some odd dollars, the 2 is 300 some odd dollars, and and the 3 is 600 some odd dollars. That much I know because I looked that up today. I actually have it here. And this is a sales price that ends Friday, this price that I'm telling you about. But it's not that big of a difference. If you get Stitch Artist level 1 by Friday or the 7th, it's running 169. If you get Stitch Artist level 2 by Friday, it's 369 versus 389. The Stitch Artist regular price is 179. The regular price of Stitch Artist 2 is 389, on sale for 369. The Stitch Artist level 3 is uh, going for 649, regular price 699. However, what I do want to express is that I've been watching Ingredients for a while, and they've been having these sales quite frequently. So don't get too much in a rush because they're on sale now. They'll be on sale again, I'm pretty sure. Um, so you're going to get both 1 and 2. And Carol, you said so much online instruction for Stitch Artists. Okay. Uh, and Carol, you say you do it. It may be overkill for now, but I have it when I need it. I know. Tell me about it. Um, Hi, Jay, daughter. How you doing? You just got here. What's the update on the T-shirt quilt, Miss Shirley? I ain't doing it, girl. I told you the answer to that question was no. And yes, I did talk to my husband. This is off the subject. This is from last week, you guys. Those of you that were here, no. Carrie, you know I stuck with my gut. I spoke to my husband about a T-shirt quilt if he had any t-shirts. He said no, he does not, and he does not want a quilt. And again, I'm not making a t-shirt quilt. Not me. No time soon. Now, I'm not going to say that I will never, ever, 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 ever make one. But if I make one, I promise you it ain't going to be no time soon because that is not on my list of things to do. So at this particular time, EJ's daughter, the answer to that question is a very nice, that's a no for me, dog. And Karen said, knew you'd stay away from the t-shirt quilt. Yes, I told you. No, no. I don't have the t-shirts. I do think that they're beautiful. I do think that they have a lot of meaning, and everything like that is a great way to remember somebody or to give it to somebody or what have you. It's just not something that I'm interested in right now. Even though I don't think it's a hard project because you're not really putting together all these little pieces like you do with a regular quilt. It's just that that's not something on my list of things to do. And Shirley, you said you were not going to quilt. You're right. I did say that, didn't I? You are absolutely right. I did say that. But I also said I wasn't going to get the quilting bug. And I can't promise you, I refuse to accept the fact that I may have the quilting bug. But I tell you, when I saw that Riley Blake design embroidery quilt, oh my word. You guys need to look that up. If you don't do anything else, look that up for next week and come back and tell me what you think. Because when I saw that last night, I was head over heels in love with that, with those quilts that they did. They are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, they're so different, but they're a lot of work. I can tell they're a lot of work because I've done a Kimberbell project before, and those little intricate um, applique stuff that you do, just like when we did those the Christmas tree skirt. Those things are extremely time consuming. When you have all these little bitty pieces that you have to do all the applique and stitching, yeah, that takes up a lot of time, a lot of time. Hi, Miss Leela Pink Journey. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. And you say you're actually taking a t-shirt quilt class this coming weekend. Well, good. Come back and tell us how that goes. And that still ain't gonna get me wanting to do a t-shirt. But I tell you what I do want to do that I saw again there. Back to you talking about. I said I wasn't gonna quilt. You right. I saw somebody do a rag quilt. I think that's what you call it with the fringes, all the little squares, and got the little fringe edge. And I thought that was not only was it cute, it seems to be easy, and I like the way it looked. I like that better than a scrap quilt. I don't think I want to do a scrap quilt because I'm not impressed with the look. But I really did like the the um, the what you call it? I just said it. I just mentioned it. The rag quilts, the with the fringes on it. All the squares have their little fringes and stuff. And Aqua Quilt also has a die for it. So that would make it even easier to cut out. You don't have to do all the little cutting on your own. The die will cut it for you. So I thought that that was pretty cool. I liked that a lot. So we have talked about different um, software designs, and we did get off into Stitch Artist, and I did do a kind of a deep dive into Stitch Artist. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Embrilliant Stitch Artist, and they say it's a program to create machine embroidery designs from scratch, and that's the difference between some of these other less expensive embroidery software we've been talking about. You can start using existing artwork or by drawing with stitches, your own. You control the shapes, set the stitch type and properties, and Stitch Artist generates stitches for you when you want to create stitches. That's what it does. Stitch Artist embroidery digitizing software was a journey made many years ago, and it's designed for ease of use and to promote embroidery digitizing education. The process of the embroidery design creation, commonly called embroidery digitizing, requires a skilled person using a specialized tool. Stitch Artist is that tool, created with the intention to take the difficulty out of using the software and leaving the user to concentrate on their design and their creativity. And I can really relate to that mainly because I feel like that's how it is when you are using their um, module system, which starts off with essential and then goes up to um, enthusiasts, and then it goes broadly to other areas. They have numerous modules, and I don't know how many modules and Brilliance has, but they have a lot of them. You don't need them all. You are able to pick and choose what you want. For me, I have in Essential, which was the very first embroidery design editing software I bought, and that's what I use almost exclusively. 99.9% of the time, I'm using my Embrilliance. Either and the next one I bought was Enthusiast. I think I bought it a couple of months after I bought Essential. And I didn't buy any more for a long time because I didn't need anything. I was able to do basically any and everything I needed to do to edit my designs. And that's the whole purpose of getting the embroidery software. And they usually call them editing software. So you can edit your designs. You can make them bigger. You can make them smaller. You can rotate them. You can add to them, merge, take away. You can do knockdown stitches. You can do split designs. You can do uh, swirl. You can do so much with those two modules. You can do a lot. You don't need anything else. Seriously, you really don't. You can do a whole lot with just those two modules. I added the patch artist is what they call it now, but when I bought it was Maryland. I added that. And of course I have Thumbnailer. And Thumbnailer is simply a software where you can actually see your design icon. So when you're looking for your design of whatever it is that you bought, it pops up and you can see the little picture of the design that you bought. That's called Thumbnail because you actually see a thumbnail of your design. That's essential. It's like $39. If you're gonna have Embrilliance, you really should have Thumbnailer. Um, Danielle, I don't know if you have it. Um, SK, if you're going to use Embrilliance, I certainly would recommend that you get Thumbnailer as well because $39 is well worth it. You got your icons. Um, what else do I have? That may be it. That may be it. I don't think I have anything else from Embrilliance. Now I'm thinking about density, their density corrector. I don't have it. I don't have any extra fonts. I only have the fonts that come with the designs with the software that I've already purchased, but they do have different font collections. I've not bought any of them. Um, Probably won't. Whatever. I don't know because I think they're overpriced. SK, yes, it's called Thumbnailer, is what it's called. But it just shows you a thumbnail picture of your designs. When you buy a design and you unzip it and it's on your computer, if you have thumbnail or one word, then you see it. And Danielle said you can use thumbnail even if you don't have Essential. I'm pretty sure because it is a totally separate program. Yeah. So apparently you have it. But yeah, thumbnail is something that I would recommend anybody that does not have a software that allows you to see your design icons that you've already purchased. That helps you to know what it is. Because when you bring them over, oftentimes they're just letters. They're just a name or numbers or whatever. So you don't know what the heck you have. But if you have thumbnail or something that's like thumbnail, then you actually see the design, so you know exactly what it is that you purchase. And that helps you get your designs organized. Like I got mine organized, but it does help. So I would recommend that. Now they said that Stitch Artist 1 is for hobby embroiderers who need simple digitizing software to create stitches without going into debt or spending too much computer time. Level 1 offers a limited set of stitch types and, more importantly, properties for those stitches so that the user can simply create without needing to learn many steps. Level 1 includes an automated shape drawing tool to help users create simple shapes easily from squares and rounded rectangles, circles and ovals, polygons, stars, and spirals, all which can be converted to multiple stitch types like your satin, your bean stitch, your run stitch, so forth and so on. Typical projects for level 1 are applique designs, running stitch designs, and simple filled shapes. Backgrounds are unifying elements for design compositions. Now, Stitch Artist 2 is more designed for production and skill training for those who want to be a little bit more advanced and do something like embroidering or creating designs for logos, as well as it has a more complete set of digitizing tools. So that gets you into more uh, um, creativity. If you are looking to use satin stitches to their fullest extent, you'll want level 2. This level allows you to import SVG, vector, art, and some cutting file formats for use as objects. Included is our world's first automatic 3D foam column underlay. This automates the process of converting any suitable satin stitch element into 3D foam embroidery with a single simple setting. Level 3 includes 1 and 2, and it is created for those who either love to create designs or are digitizers working commercially in the machine embroidery field. This level includes advanced items such as styles, quick styles, and eyelet tools, carving lines, graphical operators such as cut and union, flatten, inflate, deflate, reconstruct, and break, along with exciting additional stitch types such as our fold overlock patch making edge tool. Stitch Artist 3 also allows for content with the product to be expanded by publishing motif and embossed effects. Additional controls are available to work in your preferred method. The properties for each stitch type are fully revealed in operation for vector support, including export and are added. With level 3, you can draw SVG and cutting machine designs directly. It offers branching of all object types, including sub-branches that don't need to be touched. There's even a tool to automatically outline existing design stitching, making for easy borders on existing stitch files. Says something about you can do the BX installer comes with it, and it's something that's blotted out. I can't get to that point, but it does say that it is not a photo to stitch tool. So remember, it is not auto digitizing and it is not photo to stitch tools. Those are two things you will not get with Stitch Artist 1, 2, or 3. If you're looking to do photo digitizing or changing a picture to an embroidery design, you cannot do that with your stitch artist. That was one of the main reasons why I got the PE design, Brother PE Design. It was recommended by John Deere, believe it or not. That's when he was promoting Hatch. He himself said that the PE 11 did a better job with the photo to stitch than the Hatch did. And that's what impressed me to want to get it because that's what I wanted to use it for. Have I used it for that yet? No. But that was my main purpose of buying Brother Design, PE Design 11 was for the photo to stitch tool. And it doesn't do, talking about stitch artists, auto digitizing. Now I can do auto digitizing with Hatch and I can do auto digitizing with the PE 11 if I chose to learn how to do that. I personally don't trust auto digitizing that well. However, it is not bad to an extent because believe it or not, the machine behind me does auto digitize. Artspira, the software that Brother is selling that only works, it's an app. Um, if you do that sketch machine that they're selling, well, in Joanne, when there was a Joanne, for $400, they have to have Artspira. But anyway, Artspira, if you buy the subscription, which is roughly $13 a month, then you can use their auto digitizing um, module or process. I did it. I showed you guys what I did with it for my grandson, and it did really well. Remember me showing you this? This is auto digitized from a picture that I had on my phone. And I used Artspira from my phone and I sent it to the machine. I didn't have to even put it on my computer at all. I took it and sent it directly from my phone to my embroidery machine via Artspira when I did the trial version. No, I don't know if it was a trial version or I paid for a month or whatever. But anyway, when I use Artspira, but it is the paid version, not the free version, and it allowed me to create this. Now, the only difference is I can never put this on my computer. Therefore, I can only use it on this machine. So if I ever not use this machine again, then I lose this this design because I can't put it on a USB. I tried. I can't. It won't let me put it on a USB. I can't even put it in the pocket. It won't do it. Um, but I think it turned out pretty dog blasted good. Matter of fact, I was able to reduce this, and I made a hoodie for him for Christmas. He's a rapper, doing really well. I'm really proud. But anyway, he's a rapper, and I did a hoodie for him, and I put his logo, was not a logo, but his mantra or whatever you want to call it on the front. I embroidered it on the front. I put his rapper name on the back with some metallic puff vinyl, and then I put this design on his sleeve. And of course, I had to make it small enough where it would look not crazy on his sleeve. So I was able to do that for him. But again, this is what you call art, auto digitizing. Now, everybody's auto digitizing does not turn out good. But maybe this worked because it was brother talking to brother pretty much versus buying something off of Etsy, which I've done and try to use it and it was trash. So maybe that's why it turned out really well. Now I had a picture of my son's dogs that was on my phone, and I tried to auto digitize that, and it didn't work at all. It was horrible. So that didn't materialize. I tried, it didn't work. Also, we have a scanning board that comes with this machine where I can take line designs or even field design and scan it into my machine and auto digitize it out. And I've done that as well. And I don't know if I have anything close by where I can show you. Hold on a second, I'll see. I think I do. This is a line art that I scanned in from a design I bought off of Etsy, and I scanned it into, I think, in Brilliance, I think. No, I didn't. I scanned it into my machine with the scanner, the tray. That's what I did. I printed out what that's what I did. I printed it out because it was line art. It didn't have all the colors in here. It was just line art. And I put it in there, and then I scanned it into my machine, and I was able to stitch it out. So this is auto digitizing pretty much to a degree. It's auto digitized because it didn't have anything but just line art. But and I scanned it in. I didn't do a USB or anything like that. So there's that's I just put that up to just kind of show you what all the digitizing is all about. Okay, Jenny, you say you have Embryos Essential and Stitch Artist 3 and BES 4. Now, I've heard people don't like BES 4. How do you like it? I don't have it. I've just heard people don't care for it. And Danielle, you say you almost purchased the skit and you're glad. Girl, I'm so glad you did. You needed to talk to me first, child. But I'm glad you didn't do it. And thank you, SK. I think that I think this turned out pretty good too. I was quite happy. Quite happy. So reading this about stitch artists, I can understand where you're coming from, Danielle, about getting 1 and 2 and maybe not 3. 3 seems to be pretty robust, and I don't know if it would be something that I would even get into. I don't know. It's a lot, but maybe. Now there are a lot of classes. That part is really interesting, and everything. As far as how do you learn how to use these softwares and things, that was another question that I asked about um, digitizing software. How do you learn how to use it? And I asked the AI to list ways to learn how to digitize a machine embroidery designs, either online course or in person. And of course, they gave um, some things that may or may not be true. I don't know. They don't always have the correct information. One thing that they did mention was the embroidery digitizing made easy by John Deere, which I did put the little logo up on my thumbnail if anybody saw it. That was a picture from a book that he has on Amazon, which I did purchase. But I have to tell you, I purchased it several years ago and I returned it because I guess I wasn't ready for it because it didn't make no sense to me. I don't know if I will re-get it now or not, but as far as I'm concerned with learning how to digitize, for me, I think I want hands-on or at least a YouTube video. I don't want to try to learn it via a book or anything like that. I would prefer watching someone do it and then repeat that. So me personally, I would like to go to a live show, which John Deere used to do, but I don't think he does anymore, or to look at it YouTube. But they said that the estimated fee for his class is like $497 now, $497. I think that was when he was actually going out teaching, but I don't think he does that anymore. So I don't know if we'll be able to hook up with John Deere and learn how to digitize unless you go through his online courses, which I think he still does. Now they mentioned Wilcon American Online Training. That's pretty much for people that have that software. And I know Hatch Academy has lessons. If you buy the software, they have a lot of training within the website that you have access to once you purchase the software. So there's really no excuse for me not knowing how to use the software because I've had access to that information from day one. And every once in a while, I go back and check it and I still have access to it. I just really never sat down and took the time to go through it, one by one by one by one to learn how to do it. And that's something that I probably need to do. The AI also mentions in Brilliance University, which I never heard of before. I do know that Lisa Shaw has some videos, YouTube videos, over 100, less than 200. I kind of cruised through those today. They're all, I didn't see anything new. I looked at the date. They're like 2 years old, 3 years old, 5 years old, 7 years old. None of them I saw was months. However, I do know that she does travel and do classes. Uh, it's hard to catch her and it's hard to get into her classes because they're always full. Because there's so many people trying to learn how to learn as much as they can with Embrilliance. But there are a lot of Embrilliance tutorials on video on YouTube. So anything that you need or want to learn about using Embrilliance, you should be able to find at some point somewhere on YouTube. Okay, Carol, you say you watch Lisa Shaw's live on Facebook from 5 to 6 p.m. and then you run over her on Tuesday. Okay. See, I did not know. I don't follow her on Facebook. That's where I need to follow her at because I've always looked at YouTube. I never thought about following her or looking for her on Facebook. So that's what I need to do. Maybe that's where her updated stuff is. So I'm going to have to check that out. Thank you for that information because that's useful. There's so much when I look at other people that use um in brilliance, I pick up on little things that it can do and how to do little shortcuts and stuff, which I really love stuff that I don't know how to do or I didn't know I could do. But the thing that I have learned about in brilliance since I've been using it for 4 years now is it is easy. It really is easy. It is not a hard software to learn. That's why I think anybody upgrading to Stitch Artist, be it one, two, three, or all, would not be disappointed. I'm thinking that it would be easy to pick up on. If you can do Embrilliance, Essential, and Enthusiast, or any of the other modules, I think that you can do the Stitch Artist modules as well and be very well versed in it. And Jenny, you say you only use it to transfer designs from BES4 to your dream machine. Okay. I have not heard good things about BES4. I'm sorry, I've not heard anything good about it. Not to say it's when I say I haven't heard anything good about it, what I have heard is that it is complicated. And anything that takes a little bit too much brain power to use for me, I don't care for. That's one reason why dime softwares are not my favorite. They are good software, and you can do a lot of stuff with them. And they have a full-fledged editing, digitizing software as well. And I think it's called Professional Embroidery Pro. I think that's what it is, PEP, Professional Embroidery Pro, I think is the name of it. I do know, and it's not inexpensive. I think it costs around 23, $2,500, something like that. It's not cheap. Um, but it's a full software that you can do a whole lot of stuff with. But I personally would never get it because I already have, I don't need it. That's why I would never get it. It is called Perfect Embroidery Professional. Perfect Embroidery Professional Software. That is PEP, but it's Perfect Embroidery Professional Software, and it is running for 29.99, and that's supposed to be a sale off of 42.99, which I don't believe is 42.99 because I've never seen it for 42.99. I've always seen it for around the $2,000-3,000 mark. So don't ever pay $4,200 for it. Um, but it's a very robust program, and that's what they use whenever you're watching any of the stuff with Eileen Roche or that those programs and stuff. They use their software. They have one that I have called Cut and Stitch, which is kind of a digitizing software a little bit, but it's limited. And it says designed with stitches for HTV and bling all in one software. It mixes embroidery, heat transfer, vinyls, and rhinestone, which it does, and that's why I got it. But you can do knockouts and different things as well. You can turn artwork into um, embroidery. You can do rhinestones. I showed you guys what I did with their their software a while back, and I was playing with it this week. I wasn't as successful with it as I had hoped to be with the rhinestone creation that I was trying to do. I was trying to do some rhinestones on cut and stitch, silhouette, business edition, and cricket. And I have to tell you, I was failing at all of them. Um, I hadn't used them in a while. And for some reason, I'm one of these people, I don't want to stop and just read something, figure out how to do it. I just want to do it and try to work from memory. And I wasn't getting it, but I was able to complete a project that I was trying to do. Then this may be off the subject, but I just want to tell you what I did this week since I looked this up. let me show you my shirt that I got on that I did. These are rhinestones here, and this is embroidery here. Now, this was supposed to be HTV vinyl in there, but and it is HTV vinyl in there, and I did it on the cutting stitch. However, what I did, unfortunately, did not use the right font. I love the font, but it wasn't the right font for the HTV vinyl because I did it, the vinyl pulled off and everything, but because of the way the font is so close together, there was not enough space in between there that allowed you to actually see the vinyl. You see more of the satin stitches and very, 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 very little of the vinyl. So I'm going to do it again with a different font on and see how it comes out. But I did kind of sort of. The top is rhinestones, which I was able to cut out my flock. Now let me tell you about what happened with that. I wanted to do it with my brother my brother cutting scan. And I found out the hard way. And I'm not gonna say you cannot cut out rhinestone flock on your cutting scan. However, I could not see anything that I could use in my Canvas workspace that allowed me to set it up to make I could put my design in there and I probably could have sent it to my machine and cut it out. But it was no way for me to know for sure that it was going to cut out the holes in the correct size because in the software itself, it didn't have anything in there for me to check that. And so I was very skeptical. So in my frustration, I called brother to find out why I can't cut rhinestones with my scanning cut, which I was under the impression I could. Come to find out, there is a kit, rhinestone kit that you must buy, which I wasn't aware of when I bought my scanning cut, in order to get the serial number to open up that module, I guess, where you can actually do rhinestone with the scanning cut. But brother didn't have it, and they didn't know how much it cost. And she said, get it from your dealer. So I called 2 or 3 dealers, and they didn't have them. Come to find out, they have been discontinued by brother. And when I spoke to brother, they didn't tell me they were discontinued. She could have told me that then, but she didn't tell me that it was discontinued. So if you're not lucky enough to find a shop somewhere in these United States that happen to still have one lying around to sell you, then you will not be able to buy a rhinestone kit to add to get the code in order to unlock that module of your scanning cut so you can use your scanning cut to cut out doggone rhinestone templates. Was I not happy? I was not happy. I was so unhappy. I was not happy at all. That really rubbed me the wrong way. So who knows? Maybe one day I'll find the kit. Maybe I won't. But until I find the kit, then I can't use the rhinestone. I cannot use my scanning cut to cut out rhinestone. So luckily, I have a Cricut. That's what I've always used anyway to cut out my rhinestone flock. I didn't want to use my Cricut because my Cricut was put up. My scanning cut was on my table. So that meant I had to go get the Cricut and get it and bring it to my table and plug it up and do all that kind of stuff, which I did. And of course, I was able to cut out my flock as I've done all the time on my wonderful Cricut. I wanted to design the template And Daniel said it stinks. It does stink. Trust me, I have not made. And Amazon, no, we checked Amazon. Me and Andrea was on. She even went to one of her quilt shops because she saw one there, a rhinestone quilt kit. Bless her heart. She said she looked it up on Amazon with Google. We Googled it. We found one. It was supposed to be on Amazon. They're out. Everybody's out. Even eBay. We couldn't find one anywhere. She remembered one in her quilt shop. She went there and the lady had just sold it. So we haven't been able to find one nowhere. And trust me, we were looking. We were looking to see where is one. Now I haven't called everybody in the world. I called All Brand because All Brand talks about scan and cut day in and day out. You know, Courtney is the scan and cut queen. So naturally, I'm thinking All Brand will have one because they do the scan and cut stuff. They didn't have any. And All Brand was the one that told me that they had been discontinued. Brother did. All Brand told me. I said, "What? Ain't this nothing?" So I end up I end up buying my rhinestone template and cut it out, and you know, did the rhinestone and everything, you know, with the spreading it out and doing all the stuff that you do and lifting it up on your carrier sheet and putting it on your shirt and doing all the stuff. So I know how to do rhinestones. It's just that I couldn't create the template, and that was only because I was not taking my time. All I needed to do was look at a couple of YouTube videos and just follow them because you can, and I will on my next one. But I was kind of teed off and I wanted to get it done. So I wanted to do it the easy way. I said, I know what to do. So I went to my file addiction, which I used to use all the time. And I bought the alphabet template and then I just put it into my Cricut design and lined it up and cut it out and did my thing. And Jenny said, brother needs to bring it back. I don't even know why they didn't. Jenny, you say you bought the last one on Amazon. When did you buy yours? And maybe they'll get some more, but we went to Amazon. They did not have it. And maybe you did buy the last one. But we looked. And I want to learn how to make design with rhinestone. I did buy the brother rhinestone kit from Amazon and rhinestone. Okay, good. When did you buy that? We looked on Amazon. Trust and believe me, we looked on Amazon. We looked on eBay, and we looked at other places, and it was not there. They were out of stock, is what it said. So whether it'll come back or not, I don't know. But at the time when we looked this week, this past weekend is when it was. Yesterday was Monday. It had to be Saturday or Sunday when we were um, looking. Oh, you bought it in December. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it could be gone by now. If you go on Amazon, they have the full transfer starter kit. They have the Boston standard scan and cut kit. They got the vinyl altar. They got everything under the sun except for the rhinestone. Everything. And we Googled. The Google came up with one place that sold them, and then when we went to check for it, it came up in Amazon. And then we went to Amazon. Amazon no longer had it, so that's kind of where we were. But I tell you, we did look. We tried and could not find it, and I was not even aware you had to have one until they told me. And I spoke to, which really made me mad. I spoke to the yes, Daniel, please do that. Maybe I need to look. Please do that if you don't mind, and see if they got one hidden somewhere in the corner. That would be great because it's not showing up. It is not showing up where you can actually buy it. It is not showing up. I googled it again, and it's not even showing up in Google anymore. I guess they realized they needed to take it off because it's not available anymore. Because the other day we were at least able to bring it up. It probably was in somebody's cart when we brought it up, and it said they had it because it came up Google. Okay, here it is. Brother Scan and Cut Rhinestone Starter Kit from True Gather. And when you click on it, it says Amazon. But when you go to Amazon, it's not there. It says the Amazon link is not working at the moment. Please search for the product directly on Amazon. So wherever it is supposed to be, it ain't working. It says sold out. That's what it is. It's sold out. They don't have it. Don't have it. It's gone. Gone, 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 gone. You won the Boston Kit at All Brand Academy in San Antonio. You already registered for the academy this year. Okay, good. You won the Boston Kit. I'm going to be honest. I haven't had time to play with either one. Well, you need to play with it. Play with the rhinestone thing and let me know how it is because you have to have the serial number in order to use it. And whatever that module is built into your scanning cut, and you can't use it without the serial number, and you can't get the serial number unless you buy the kit, and you can't buy the kit if they don't have it available. So it's a catch 22. Didn't know that. That ticked me off. So, like I said, I went to my trusty Cricket and did exactly what I've been doing ever since I've been doing stuff and said, forget about it. At least I know I can use my Cricket. And at least I know that I can design rhinestone in Silhouette Business Edition because I've done it before. I just haven't done it in so long, and my memory just wouldn't work for me to figure out how to do it correctly. And I didn't take the time to look it up, but I will. I just went the short route, bought the template, and did my thing. So I ain't gonna worry about it. But I will be doing another one because I love rhinestones. I told you guys I've always liked rhinestone, and I was just kind of in a mood to get back into doing rhinestone, and decided I was going to do this particular project, and went through all of that. I wonder if someone could sell you their copy, wondered if the serial number would be transferred. I doubt it. I doubt it because, and the reason, unless they do like they do with the scan and cut. The scan and cut comes with three serial numbers where you can put it on three different machines. Now, I don't know if the kit has three numbers or two numbers or just the one number. If it has two numbers, maybe you can. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't have one. So I can't even address it. But that is a good idea, Carol. Thank you for bringing it up. Jenny, maybe you can check and see if they have more than one number on there. I have no idea. I have not seen the kit. I don't intend to get the embossing kit because I don't, who knows, maybe one day I might want to do some embossing. I don't know. But right now, all I really wanted to do was the rhinestones. And that kind of ticked me off that I didn't. The other thing that I was going to share with you guys, I was in the process of doing a project where I was making this shirt, and I was going to wear the shirt tonight. And I was in the process of making the shirt, talking to my girlfriend, and cooking. That's too much multitasking. I got too old for that. Oh, yeah. Hey, Design, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Where in Florida are you from? I used to live in Florida, up around Clearwater and Pinellas Park. Um, that may or may not be true, Jenny, as far as registering, because with the scan and cut itself, which is registered, they still give you three serial numbers that you can use in order to put on other machines. Now, whether that works for that rhinestone kit, I don't know. Probably not, because the rhinestone kit is not that expensive. So, it's under $100. So that may not be true. I don't know. But anyway, what I was going to say, I was rushing. No, I wasn't really rushing. I wasn't paying attention. And I'm only bringing this up to let you guys know, which I'm sure all of us have done this before, but it's easy to make mistakes when you don't pay attention, even though you think you know what you're doing. I put this shirt on my machine to stitch out and um, stitched out really, really cute. But what I didn't realize, I stitched the neck. I stitched the neck closed. Everything was open. I checked it twice before I started stitching to make sure that it wasn't stuck up under here. But I went from the bottom. It didn't even dawn on me to check the neck part because I never had an issue with anything getting caught up under on the neck. And this got caught up under on the neck. So it is stitched shut on my hoop. Oh, I'm so mad. I got it. I said, oh, it's done. It's cute. It's gonna be, you know, cute to wear. It says create. I got it. I got this design off of Embroidery Library. So I just brought that up just to let you know. I don't care how much you have embroidered. I don't care how careful you think you are. You can still mess up. Because honestly, when I had this hoop, I was very diligent in checking underneath it to make sure nothing was stuck up under here and it's stitching directly, and not getting caught. It never dawned on me that the neck part, the top part, was tucked under. And I didn't check it. I just be honest about it. I didn't check it because I've never had that happen before. If I have a hoodie or something like that, then I do check the top part because it's easy for the hoodie and stuff to get stuck up under there. But I've done t-shirts a zillion million times, and I never had that happen before. So it was a total surprise and a shock to me, and it ticked me off. And for me, yeah, oops. Yeah, that Robin, that was a big oops. I'm telling you, I was like, well, I just be doggone. What, I couldn't even get mad. No, what for? It was just a freaking shirt. I just do it over. But it was like, why? So I only brought that up just to tell you guys when you are doing your hooping, make sure you check top and bottom. Don't just go there and say, okay, everything is free. Because I mean, I checked up under there thoroughly. I thought everything is clear, everything is free, nothing is going to get caught. It never dawned on me that the neck part was folded under there. So the top of it, I did not check. I will from now on, that's for sure. But it just never dawned on me. I just didn't think it was up that far that that would be an issue. So accidents happen, mistakes happen, crap happens. The best thing to say about it is it was for me. It wasn't for nobody. So it wasn't anybody else's stuff that you got to replace. And the other good thing is that I got the shirt from Michael's, so I have a voucher, a $10 voucher at Michael's, so now I can get another shirt and I have to pay for it. So that part makes me feel good too. That I go pick up another shirt tomorrow and I'm not out of any money. But it was just time and thread that I'm out of. But it was like, how in the world did that happen? Especially when you think that you're paying attention. Now, I have messed up before, it's been a while, and I know that I didn't pay attention. This time, I paid attention, at least I thought, but it still turned out to be not right. That hurts. Yeah, I can see that happen. The handle on your tote bag got caught in stitches before. I can see that. Any little thing can get caught. Any little thing. So when we're hooping, just check all the way around your product, whatever it is, your item, whatever it is. Just check all the way around, up and down, side, front, back, everything to make sure everything is out of the way. Because as you can see, the bottom was perfect. It wasn't stuck up under there. The sleeve didn't fall over there and get stuck. None of that stuff happens that you're used to having happen or you know can happen. It never dawned on me that this neck part had folded under like that and got caught. That just never it just didn't dawn on me that that was an issue. I didn't see it. I didn't think about it. But again, I have to be honest about it. My mind was in different places. I was doing multiple things. I was multitasking. And I don't multitask when I'm doing something for somebody else. That much I don't do. If I'm doing a project, if I'm doing something for money, uh-uh. I'm laser focused, because the last thing, even if it's something that they, it's not like their personal item that they gave to me, and it may not be easy to replace. Even if I ordered it and I have it and I know where to get another one and so forth, I still am laser focused. I try my best to pay attention because I don't like doing stuff over that's wasteful, time wise, money wise, thread wise, the whole 9 yards, and it ruins your day. So I don't like messing stuff up. I'm very very focused. I think I've only messed up one time somebody else's stuff, and it had nothing to do with uh, it getting caught. It had to do with the that melting stabilizer. I hate that stuff where the heat, you get it off with heat, and it was satin. That was just a hot mess. That was just a hot mess, and I messed that thing up, and I've never used that stabilizer ever again in life. Never will. I don't think. I hated it. But other than that, I have been very careful with other people's stuff. But when it comes down to my stuff, sometimes I've gotten a little lax because you're thinking about your time. It's like, I'm sitting here watching this when I could be doing this as well. So let me check and make sure it's okay. Yeah. And that's what I did. I checked, I turned my monitor on my phone. I checked to make sure everything was fine. Then I went and started making dinner. That's exactly what I did as I was talking on the phone. So I'm doing three things at a time. And I honestly thought I had checked it well, but I didn't. So that was all on me. So going forward, you guys, including myself, check all the way around because that slipped up on me. I didn't know that was gonna happen. I was like, "But I cannot believe that I did that." I mean, I was shocked. I was really shocked because, like I said, I thought I had checked it thoroughly, and I did not. So that was not even something that had crossed my mind that would be an issue. So, but anyway, ladies, gentlemen, if there are any, it is now 10 o'clock, and we've had a good conversation, a nice discussion. It's thumbs up time. I need those likes, you guys. Always got to ask for the likes and the subscribing. Hit the notification bell, share, comment, give me suggestions for subject matter. I do appreciate those of you that are new that have come in here. Appreciate it. And since you are new coming in here and it's kind of late, you can always look at the replay that's available as soon as I get off from here. You can look at it and do please come back. I love for people to this is a fantastic group. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We've been hanging out for a minute, and I have my regulars, and I love them to death. And I'm glad that people follow me, and I'm so glad that you're enjoying coming in here. So please come back, and like I said, please comment, like, share, subscribe if you have not already, and give me some suggestions. Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments, and I will try my best to do that. So I appreciate everybody, all the love that everybody's giving me. And good night, Kingsbury Craft. And see you guys tomorrow night. All of the social society crew people that are on here, and I am going to go ahead and sign off. And I'm so thankful for all of you. You guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you guys back here next Tuesday, if it's the Lord's will, hopefully with something that would be useful as well. Check out that RaleighBlakeDesign.com and look at that quilt. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. It is absolutely gorgeous. And you guys tell me about it next week, what you thought about it. I'm not saying I'm going to buy it, but I tell you, it is cute. I don't have time for it right now, but if I did, I might buy it and do it because it's really cute, but it's a lot of work. A lot of work. Good night, everybody. I will talk to you later. You guys take care. Bye bye.